Now we're in the dark. Oh my goodness. You guys, I've been doing this every day since the end of August, and I still forget to get this stuff settled before I turn the camera on. Still! Here's our truth bomb for today. Make space for your future. It's all good. It's all good. Make space for your future. That is your daily practice, my dears. That's how you make space for your future. A lot of these truth bombs are like, yeah, that sounds good. But how exactly do you do that? Well, you take time. You could also say, make time for your future. Make space for your future. You have to have space and time for ideas to come to you. If you're not regularly having some downtime, ideas can't get through. They can't get through the chatter. They can, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier if you just make space and time for ideas to come to you. So, I'm the mascara queen. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you. How about that mascara? I like them so much better than the other ones. They're like half the weight. The other ones were just killing me. Hi, Tanya. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yesterday, all this mascara came in the mail because, a few days ago, thank you. A few days ago, I was complaining and whining about mascara and not being able to find some that didn't, blur my eyes. So yesterday in the mail, Miss Tanya sent me 2 mascara thingies, and I had ordered a Too Faced mascara that came in the mail yesterday too. So I'm like a mascara product review person right now. So I tried this one yesterday, and it is amazing. So cool, because I forget and rub my eyes. And now with these new glasses, sometimes my eyelashes touch the back of the lens. No smear, no blur, no flake. And these just came off with warm water. Oh, this is such a cool product. And then it makes little tubes on your eyelashes, which sounds gross, but it's so awesome. And you guys who came to hear the book, we will get to it, but mascara is an important topic. Oh, I love it. This mascara is the freaking so cool. And then she sent me this one. And thank you so much, Tanya. It was so fun yesterday getting makeup in the mail. And then this is Double Extend by L'Oreal. And that's the one I have on today. So it's a 2-step. You put on the white stuff. And then you put on, then you put on the color. So 2 stages. Hi, Sarah. You didn't miss me. We're just doing a quick rundown on mascara. It's very important. Yeah. So 2 kinds you guys can try if you're also struggling with mascara. Blink. This is so cool. And Double Extend mascara by L'Oreal, which I have on now, and it seems to be fine. And then I'm going to try the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Ooh! And then I'll let you know. Yes! And I couldn't see. My mascara was running into my eyes and making me blurry. So that was super fun yesterday to get like a ton of makeup in the mail. Hi, Linda. Yeah. But I think it's just mascara though. I don't think it's the tubes. I never heard of tube mascara before. Good morning. And I'm sold. I love it. It came off really easy in the shower last night. New glasses. New mascara. I've got lipstick on. I'm all fancy this morning. It makes little tubes around your eyelashes. And then when you want to take them off, you just get them wet and let them soak. And then you just gently pull. And these little tubes slide off. Mascara. Oh, what did I say? Thank you. It came with the mascara. Super happy. Okay. No way. That's really cool. Yeah, it's like space age mascara. Okay, so let's, again, it's amazing. It's amazeballs. This one I tried yesterday. I freaking love it. And then this one I have on right now, the Double Extend by L'Oreal. It seems to be the same effect. I'm ready for a date with creativity. I'm ready to go. It's not, but you can rub your eyes and sweat and it doesn't come off. It comes off with water. Like you just get your eyelashes wet and let them sit for a few minutes and then it just gently pull. And it looks like you're pulling your eyelashes out, but you're not. You're just sliding that little tube off of each lash. It's the coolest thing ever. It's so freaking cool. You can swim in it. You can cry in it. And welcome. Let love light. So let's talk real quick about this and then let's get to our Byron Katie and Dowdy Jing book. Make space for your future means make time to meditate or pray or have quiet every single day, preferably when you first wake up in the morning. Don't check your Facebook and Twitter when you first wake up in the morning. Lay there in bed just a few extra minutes and say what wants to happen here. If you have a specific situation that you're struggling with, ask how you can see it differently. A really great practice before meditating is to do morning pages. You don't have to have this book. It's just convenient. You can do it in a journal. It's Julia Cameron's method. You got this morning? Or the Truth Bomb, the Make Space for Your Future Truth Bomb? Which one? Or, oh, yeah. So, Morning Pages Journal is Julia Cameron. Morning Pages is a practice that she strongly recommends that you do first thing in the morning. And you write 3 pages. I'm not going to let you see it. Super quick. You write all the garbage that's in your head out on paper. And in the process of writing the garbage down, ideas come, insights come. Usually about halfway through, page and a half, 2 pages. I whine a lot, so I put my whining on paper. Well, I don't like this or whatever. I actually don't whine much anymore, but... And somewhere in there, I'll usually get an idea for my business or to talk to you about, or, a problem that's bothering me, or I have just some recognition that something no longer bothers me. It's just a way of cleaning the pipes every single morning. And if you don't do it in the morning, really, about most things, I'm like, do it whenever you can. But seriously, if you're going to do morning pages and you can't get it done before your day starts, just skip it and try the next day. Because it's never the same after. After, it's like journaling. Yeah. Instead of asking what to do, ask what you want to feel. Start with the feeling first. Before you ever ask what to do, ask what to feel. How do I want to feel? Oh, yeah. That's cool. Because if you start with how you want to feel, you'll know what to do. And you won't waste your time doing things that are wasting your time. Which also puts you in line with living the Tao, because you are letting life be revealed to you. When you're making space and doing morning pages and meditations and whatever your daily practice is, all your stories come up that are keeping you from the success you want, however you define that. And committing to these kinds of practices helps you find the stories that you're telling yourself, deconstruct them, and life then starts to reveal itself to you. It comes to you. You get in the receiving mode instead of grasping, having to go out and grasp and find and claw. Yeah, then life just starts to come to you, and you know it's happening because synchronicity is like yes, yeah. Abraham Hicks too. Synchronicities start to go through the roof. Like you just start to get tons of these strange coincidences, and that's how you know that life is speaking to you. You're actually speaking to yourself, but that's like a deeper conversation. One more thing, and then I'll go to this. I haven't had coffee in 11 days, and I'm sorry to report I feel so much better in the mornings. I'm so depressed about it. I'm so sad that I feel better. I sleep like a baby. I go to bed, I'm out like a light. I don't wake up till like between 5 and 7. This morning was 8, actually, because I had to go to bed late last night because of business. Oh, I can't anymore. Not since I got sick. I had to go back to black tea. So anyway, if you're having trouble sleeping, getting going in the mornings, I know, right? I was like, no, it can't be. I didn't realize how much it messes with your hormones. Okay, so you guys didn't come here to hear all about my mascara and coffee issues. Let's see. Today is 60... No, does that sound right? 69? Yes. Sure we did. Michelle's mascara journey, new glasses, makeup, and coffee problems. Yes, it messes with your hormones. You guys, if you're not following Maria Claps on Periscope, she's an amazing woman, nutritionist, health person. Oh, I love coffee. I miss it terribly. Hi. Welcome back. Maria Claps. I can't remember her handle, but if you Google it, you'll find it. Yeah, it's like the morning show, the morning radio show. Let's talk about mascara and coffee and sleep and hormones and Claps, C-L-A-P-S. You can Google her and find her. She's on Periscope. She scopes regularly. It's very fascinating things about hormones and nutrition and stuff like that. I really like her a lot. She has lots of great content in her scopes. 69. Using mystery. Trending? What does that mean? You've seen her? She is interesting. I'm saving up to book a session with her because she's amazing. Coffee. Ooh, coffee. Yes. Do you drink coffee? Because we're just talking about 11 days without coffee and my anxiety is like 0. I'm so depressed. Okay, let's talk about using mystery. The expert in warfare says, rather than dare make the attack, I'd take the attack. Rather than dare advance an inch, I'd retreat a foot. Just 1 cup. It's called marching without marching. Rolling up your sleeves without flexing your muscles. Being armed without weapons. Giving the attacker no opponent. Nothing's worse than attacking what yields. To attack what yields is to throw away the prize. So when matched armies meet, the one who comes to grief is the true victor. So her notes say, a piece of sound tactical advice practiced by the martial arts such as Aikido, and I would say Tai Chi, and by underground resistance and guerrilla forces. This is how rebel forces end up winning, which leads to a profound moral warning. The prize thrown away by the aggressor is compassion. When you're aggressive and you're forcing your will upon the world rather than the other way around, you become hard and you lose your compassion. You create anxiety in yourself and you create anxiety in others, and everything is a struggle. The yielder, the griever, the mourner keeps the prize of compassion, and the game is loser take all. if when you're, I used to work with an absolutely insane, crazy therapist person who I think eventually lost their license from malpractice. But she used to say, if I let you win, you lose. So when she was working with people, you know, when we try to fight to maintain our stories, and she would say, if I let you keep your story, you win, but you lose. Because that's not really what you want to fight to maintain. Like, that's not really what you're after. It's a defense thing. It's a thing that we do. It's just a thing. And if you're lucky, you'll find someone who won't join you in your thing, and they'll continue to tell you, hey, you're doing that thing, and it's messing you up. And you say you want to go this place, and this thing you're doing, you know, not in a critical way, but, you know, gently pointing out, like, you know, that thing, it might be getting in your way. Something to consider, something to think about. I don't know. Let's go drink not coffee. In Tai Chi, you don't meet force to force like in karate or taekwondo. It's not, it feels impossible, and that's your story. Your story is, there's a story in there. Oh, God, yeah. It makes relationships difficult when you won't join a person in their story. The story that gets is that this is impossible. And it's actually hard and not impossible. Chipping away at it every day is exactly how you do it, which is what you're doing, sounds like. And yeah, Sarah, it creates rocky. So I have a couple of people who, you know, have called less and less because I won't join them in their story that everything is horrible. I just won't. That doesn't do me any favors, and it certainly doesn't do them any favors. And I'm not talking about anybody on the scope. Nobody that I know now. Well, one woman, but she's in Colorado. She doesn't watch Periscope. But, you know, when she calls with her story active, I'm not going there. I'm just not. Oh, she does it to you. I feel like can't take the edge off my life. A very positive person, just wired. Well, you would want to ask yourself if you want to maintain that wired feeling, if you want to take the edge off. Sometimes we think we need that edge for something. Sometimes we think we have to be wired it to create. And that's not true. We can create anyway, but if we have a belief that we need that behavior, all behavior has a function, all of it. You don't do anything without a reason. It might be a dysfunctional reason, and it might be a reason that doesn't work for you anymore, but worked for you in the past. But no behavior is pointless. That's not how we are. Then some part of you has a story around that. Because otherwise you would just relax. Some part of you feels that you have to have it. And we'll talk about Byron Katie's work, and you can do a worksheet on that belief that I can't relax, or I'm not allowed to, or I want to, but it's impossible. So let's look at Stephen Mitchell's translation, and then we'll get to Byron Katie. And Byron Katie's where you want to go when you know you've got a story running. Because those worksheets are incredible. The generals have a saying, rather than make the first move, it's better to wait and see. Rather than advance an inch, it's better to retreat a yard. This is called going forward without advancing, pushing back without using weapons. There is no greater misfortune than underestimating your enemy. Underestimating your enemy means thinking that he is evil. Thus you destroy your 3 treasures and become an enemy yourself. Those 3 treasures being compassion and love and stuff. If you spend time thinking your enemy is evil, you destroy your 3 treasures and become an enemy yourself. Because you're thinking that he's evil, that's destroying you. It doesn't do anything to him. It's destroying you. When 2 great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. I started to say earlier that Tai Chi is like water and diversion. It doesn't meet force with force. It meets force with going around it. So if someone's coming at you, you sidestep them. If someone's attacking you with their negative energy or whatever, you deflect it. You don't engage with it. You don't argue with it. That's the worst thing you can do. You don't think about their motivations. You don't know what their motivations are, and it doesn't matter. You just sidestep it. Yes. Yes. Just slip away. Just slip away. You can't grab water, and Tai Chi is water. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. Yes. And you survive to fight another day or leave. So let's see what Byron Katie has to offer us for this. 69. When 2 great forces oppose each other, the victory goes to the one that knows how to yield. You can apply that to, you can apply that to your own head. Hi, Aaron. You can apply this to your own headspace. So if you think of the voice in your head as an enemy, yes, she's amazing. And you start attacking that self as an enemy. Oh, did you not get a notice either? People are not getting notices. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we've only been talking about actual substance for maybe 7-8 minutes. Because I spent a lot of time talking about mascara first. Oh, that's weird. We had to deal with the important makeup issues first. Underestimating your enemy means thinking he is evil. So you can't think of your ego as your enemy. There's some spiritual teachings out there that, and some conversations that say, crush your ego, destroy your ego. That's making an enemy within yourself and setting up a battle that you will never win. So why even do that? And you destroy yourself by exacerbating an already existing war. If you're at war with a part of yourself, you're going to lose. You're always going to lose because you can't live a fractured life. Okay. You can't split yourself into pieces. We're a package deal. And if you live a fractured life inside, you live a disjointed, chaotic, fractured life outside. Everything inside is reflected to you outside. So if you are battling yourself, you will battle people in your real, tangible reality life. If you're finding yourself in a lot of battling situations, the first place you have to go is, where are you warring? Where are you battling yourself inside? Where's that happening? And then you need to do something about that. Look at the stories that say you need to do that. Why would you try and destroy part of yourself? There's no greater misfortune than underestimating your enemy, and the underestimate it means thinking he's evil. Thinking anyone outside of you is evil, or anybody, any voice inside of you is evil, is a recipe for disaster. Okay? When you engage with a person who wants to argue, who enjoys arguing, you lose. Even if you technically win the argument, you won it at too great a cost. Cost of your energy, cost of your peace of mind. There's no point in that. If you catch yourself arguing, you have a story that you need to be right, and you don't need to be right. What does Dr. Phil always say? Would you rather be right or happy? Good, I'm glad it's helpful. Would you rather win your argument, or would you rather experience peace? Don't shoot it down. No. Read the book called Taming Your Gremlin. You don't even have to buy the book. You can go to YouTube, type in Taming Your Gremlin, and you can find a ton of information. Are they going in and out back there? She wants out. That's Grit up there on the cat tree. She wants out, but Ginger's out right now. Ginger's got yard time. So Grit is really pissed off. Because she wants to go out and whip that butt. Oh, God, me too. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just used to them. Sometimes I'll watch the replay if I want to remember something, and I notice just how much activity is going on behind me. Yeah, so we have one cat outside, 4 cats inside, and then we flip-flop them. I flip-flop them all day. We should. Let's just go out in the cat pen and watch the cats. There's a lady called the Chicken Chick. I like her too. She scopes her chickens, and I love watching chickens. I don't like chicken stuff. Please don't send me chicken stuff. I don't like chicken towels and chicken rooster pictures and stuff, but I like chickens themselves. They're really cute. Yeah, the Chicken Chick. I think it's the Chicken Chick. She's so cute. She scopes her little chickens. And she has all kinds of fancy chickens. Oh, so we're like all over the page today. Coffee, chickens, mascara. Oh, Betty, Taming Your Gremlin. Go to YouTube. Type in Taming Your Gremlin. It's the best method. It's very zen. It's everything that we talk about. It's just a fun way to treat your voice in your head. It feels like Friday. I lose track of my days. So, ready? Byron Katie. Ready, set, go. Oh, that's super cool. I'm trying new mascara. Do I think it's the same with things besides battling yourself? Yeah. Rejecting anything and let me know if I'm off track here with your question, but what you resist persists. Yes, if you keep running into it outside, look inside. If you have a theme, a recurrent pattern outside, you've got to go inside to figure out why that keeps showing up. Because here's how you know. People are like, well, that's ridiculous. But it's really not ridiculous, because here's how you know. You can have one boss in the office, and if you watch your coworkers, you'll be able to tell what everybody's story is based on their relationship with that boss, with that supervisor. Because everyone's relationship is different based on the stories that you carry in yourself and the way you expect people to behave and the way you respond to them. So I've had supervisors that only targeted me. I've had supervisors that only targeted, that never bothered me because I didn't have that issue. They would bother the person that had the issue. Well, I don't know that if you attracted an abuser, but you may have allowed abuse to continue longer than someone else did. Like, abusers and rapists and people look for victims, and I don't think you can blame yourself for that. You can take responsibility for how you respond to it. So if everywhere I go I have the same boyfriend or boss or whatever, that you look for themes and patterns, and themes and patterns let you know that you're reflecting something out there. And it's just information. And as soon as you pick it apart and get comfortable with it, it goes away. Like, as soon as you master dealing with crazy, you see crazy coming and you sidestep it. You're like, oh no, I know what that is. I'm stepping away. Yeah, Roseanne. Takes a lot of work. So you can do it. Yes. Yeah, we talked about, you may not have been here yet, but we talked about doing morning pages. Yeah, information, not about blame, letting us know what to work with. Yes. Don't blame yourself. Oh, Susan, that's terrible. So I don't know, I can't remember if I saw Cynthia come in, but Cynthia in Canada does these too. Morning pages, 3 pages, right? When you first get up, it lets you can look back at them and you can see themes and patterns in your thinking. Yeah, From the Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. You don't have to buy this book, guys. It's really not complicated. You can also find her on Facebook. Yeah, so it helps you see what your patterns are. Yes, there you are. Yeah, so morning pages. You can do it in a journal. You can do it on a napkin. You know, you can buy these, fancy journal. You can buy a composition book at Walmart for $1. Don't make it complicated. Thanks. You're welcome. You're here for a reason, I'm sure. So let's see what Byron Katie has to say about this. It's not possible for something to be against you. There's no such thing as an enemy, no person, no belief, not even the ego is an enemy. Well, there you go. See, we're right on track. It's just a misunderstanding. We perceive something as an enemy when all we need to do is be present with it. It's just love arising in a form that we haven't understood yet. It's just love arising in a form that we haven't understood yet. And questioning the mind allows beliefs to simply arise. The quiet mind realizes that no belief is true. It is immovable in that, so there's no belief it can attach to because it's comfortable with them all. If you're comfortable with every expression of life, including what we would call bad, nothing bothers you. Or if it bothers you, it doesn't bother you for long, but usually you just don't even see it anymore. Your enemy is the teacher who shows you what you haven't healed yet. Okay, the person who irritates you the most has the most information for you about what you're still believing in your head. I know there's several new people here, but I used to say I would go find Periscope people who irritated me and deliberately watch them until I figured out what about them was irritating. And I'd watch them until they didn't irritate me anymore. Because otherwise it wouldn't irritate me. You have that experience, right? Where you have 3 friends that know the same person. And every friend has a different experience with that person. And that's the deciding factor is your stories. So somebody can say, oh, that person irritates the crap out of me. And someone else will be like, what? I totally love that person. There you go. That's your information. Your irritation is information. Ooh, that's catchy. That sounds like a fortune cookie. Irritation is information. I'm going to write that down. That's catchy. You won't be able to let go of them until you resolve why they irritate you so much. Yes, this doesn't mean you don't set boundaries. You still set boundaries while you're figuring out why that person is such a thorn in your side. I love alliteration. It's my favorite. That's why I always remember what you resist persists. There's some information about there that the mind remembers alliteration sentences way better than any other kind because of the rhythm. Yeah, I love it. Good morning, Bob and Sherry. I missed your handle thing, but good morning. Okay. You don't let people abuse you while you're doing this work. Okay, you don't let people disrespect you. You don't let people take advantage of you. You set boundaries with the understanding that that person is irritating you or hurting you or violating your boundaries. And if it's a theme, if it's a pattern, it's something that you need to look at inside. Your enemy is the teacher who shows you what you haven't healed in yourself yet. Any place you defend yourself is where you're still suffering. There's nothing out there that can oppose you. There is just fluid motion like the wind or water. You attach a story to what you perceive, and that story is your suffering. It's not the event, it's your story about it. This is classic cognitive behavioral therapy. Rational emotive behavioral therapy. It's not what you see. It's not the person. It's the story you tell about it. It's your translation of it. Your perception of it. That's where your work is. I am everything that I have ever called other people. They were me all along. Everything I ever called my enemy was me. Yeah. So every time I've called somebody a bitch, I have to own that I'm a bitch too sometimes. And you can add that word sometimes on the end of statements. It helps kind of loosen that locking feeling, that solid feeling that everyone's out to get you sometimes. But you've been out to get somebody too at some point. Projection would have us see reality as a them and a me. But reality is so much kinder. All enemies are your kind teachers just waiting for you to realize it. And that doesn't mean you have to invite them to dinner. You don't. If you know someone is mean to you, you don't spend time with them. But you take note that you're attracting people who are mean to you, and you figure out where that's coming from. And you can do it by doing worksheets. You can get them at thework.com. You can go to YouTube and put in Byron Katie or The Work. And there's so much information out there. You could drown in all the information out there that can help you move through this process. No one can be my enemy unless I perceive him as threatening what I believe. If there's anything I'm afraid of losing, I have created a world where enemies are possible. And in such a world, there's no way to understand that whatever I lose, I'm better off without. I return home after a trip. I open the door and the house has been cleaned out. The burglars have taken everything. The house has a clean zen look. There ain't nothing in it. I go through the rooms and see that this possession is gone, that one is gone. There's no sense of loss or violation. On the contrary, I picture the recipients and feel what joy these items will bring them. Yes, Byron Katie does some excellent work with people who've gone through severe tragedies like that. People who've had their children die. People who've experienced, their spouse die or had them die in their arms, or war. People who've gone to actual war. It's really hard to get your head around that. And it's not always possible. I mean, she's been doing this work for a really long time. She lives it, breathes it. Yay! Yes, absolutely. When you first start doing this work, it's very unlikely and really unrealistic to expect that you're going to be able to respond in the way she does. Yes, same. Yes. But we can't know what's right. We can't know what's right. We can't know what the children's destiny was. We can't know what Lindsay's destiny is, or her husband. We can't know what her animal's destiny is. I know, Catherine always says Byron Katie's not human. She's like such an advanced, no, I know what you mean. She's like the ideal. Yeah, and so when Byron Katie's doing that work with people, you don't ever want to think that losing your kids was right in the order of the universe. But it has to, and I don't know about destiny, I don't know about fate, I don't know about reincarnation. I have theories, but I can't possibly know. But if you think that we don't die, if you can grasp the concept that we're one and we're popping in and out of physical bodies, then we never lose anyone. They only change form, and that's hard for our physical selves to handle. She works in California. She does stuff in California. She does live events, and I've seen her live, Erin, and it was life-changing. She's so profound. Just even, I got to, give her a hug after and talk to her. That's cool, Roseanne. Yes, it's difficult to grasp. I think, Sarah, in those situations, all we can say is, I don't know. I don't know. It happened, and all I can do is deal with my response and try to take as much good out of it as I can, which is going to be hard, but I don't know. I don't. These are just theories. These are things that I've tried and used. Yeah, she lived in the desert. Someone that we know had a fire and her children died. Her and her husband lived. Yes, and awful Hollywood stars. Yeah, so it was a tragic event, and it's hard to make sense out of things like that. Are you offering that as a service, Roseanne? Is that something that you do for people? Do you offer mediumship? Okay, so she goes home. I wonder why. Are you advertising that? Could that be your job instead of you working at wherever you're looking at working at outside the home? I don't know. It's just an idea. So she goes home. Her gratitude comes from my gratitude comes from the obvious lack of need for each item. How do I know I don't need it? It's gone. The items now belong to the burglars. They obviously needed the items more than I did. That's how the universe works. I feel joy for them even as I fill out the police report. Okay, yeah, so maybe not quite time yet. I find it odd that the way of the world is to try to retrieve what is no longer ours, and yet I understand it. Filling out the police report is also the way of it. If the items are found, I'm ready to welcome them back. So you see, she does all that there is to do. If you come home and your house is wiped out, yeah, all there is to do is to say goodbye to your stuff. Or your people, as painful as that is. And you also fill out a police report. Yeah, acceptance is key. So you're doing all of it. You're letting go of the things that have been stolen. And yet, if they get found, you're doing what can be done so that if they do get found, they get to come back. Yeah, I'm here every day around 9:30, 10 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, you do what there is to do. And thank you for coming. That's all you can do. You can file a police report. If your stuff shows back up, awesome. If it doesn't, you don't spend, more than the appropriate amount of time to grieve the loss. For me, at my stage of development, if I come home and everything's gone, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to have to go through a grieving process. I'm going to have to work with stories. You're so welcome. I'm glad you were here. And I'm going to fill out a police report, and I'm going to go through some stuff. I'll probably have to do a lot of worksheets if I come home and all my stuff is gone. My husband would really have to do a lot of worksheets because he's super attached to his stuff. It's all about stuff. But at the end of the day, all I can do is file a police report and go figure out how to replace the things that I need. I've gone through that when my wallet got stolen. Why do I not have stuff? Because I don't have stuff. Exactly. It's pretty simple. It's our stories around all that make it complicated. Because my items are never found, I understand that the shift in ownership is the best thing for the world for me and the burglars. I need only what I have at any given time, never more and never less. We can never have a problem with possessions. The only problem is our thoughts about what we possess. What other suffering is possible? The simple truth of it is that what happens is the best thing that can happen. People who can't see this are simply believing their own thoughts and have to stay stuck in the illusion of a limited world, lost in the war with what is. And it's a war they'll always lose because it argues with reality. And reality, the acceptance of reality, is always the most kind thing you can do for yourself. What actually happens is the best that can happen whether you understand it or not. And until you understand it, there is no peace to be had. Here's the thing about this. We are at different stages of understanding the big picture. And we have to learn to move between the big picture perspective and our human perspective. The big picture perspective is that everything's happening exactly as it should, or as it does, because there's nothing we can do about it anyway. And then our human perspective is often attachment to situations and stories and concepts, and we're both. We have the big picture understanding that we can learn to access more regularly, and we still have to live in human bodies with human responses and our past history and our conditioning and the things that we were taught and told and the things that we believe. And there's no shame in any of that. And there shouldn't be, and there often is in spiritual circles, a judging of the human experience and a reaching always for this bigger picture perspective. And then why bother be human then? Okay, it's both. We're human, we have our human stuff, we're also spiritual, and we have our spiritual stuff. And we can move between the two, and on some fabulous days, we can feel them both together at the same time, which is a profound experience. You lost your 2-year-old niece some time ago. It's extremely hard when it involves children. Losing children will challenge you to the depths of your being. Definitely. Definitely in present. Okay? So please don't think that you're wrong because you come home and all your stuff is gone and you're super, super pissed about it. You're not wrong. It's what it is. Definitely. That's the human part of us. We would still rather have her here regardless. Yes, for sure. Yeah, Cynthia, that's exactly it. Some days you're like, I'd do anything to have her back. And other days you're like, I get it that it's not going to happen. And it is what it is. It just is. Things just happen. Life is a process. We live and die, live and die, live and die. It happens all the time. And that's just the way of it. And I, for one, have really struggled with accepting the whole death part. Even though the other part of me is like completely at peace with it. It's a dichotomy. We live a dichotomous existence, and finding peace with that dichotomy will set you free of a lot of anxiety and garbage. Yes, every hour is different. Yeah, absolutely. And underneath it all, yeah, you can still feel them. And underneath it all the grieving process is usually a sense of deep peace and understanding that it is the way of it. And it's okay. So we bounce back and forth between peace and understanding the bigger picture and the absolute pain of our physical experience, of losing a physical body. People said when my dad died, I hate when people say this. When my dad died, they were like, yeah, but can't you, my stepmom said this, and I kind of wanted to hit her pretty hard. Because she said, but you can still feel him, you know, he's still here. And I said, yeah, and he's still gone. Yeah, he's still here, and he's still gone. I can't call him on the phone. I can't give him a hug. Don't tell me that crap. I know that. Damn it. I still want him to be here. It's just the way of it. Damn it with the crying. Death gets me every time. Every time. Because there's both. That's twice this week. Ah! Yeah. But you know, she bounced back and forth too. It just was the wrong timing. I know. Including me. If you have trouble accessing your tears, sometimes watching terribly sad movies and things can help. Byron Katie talks about tears a lot. I mean, not tears, but death a lot, so it always gets me. Which tells me what? I still have stories about death. I'm not 100% at peace with it. Okay. Gets me right here. And I don't like it. No. No. I just don't like it still. I should know better than... Right. Thanks, Sonia, for the mascara that you can cry with. Shit. Yeah. Now I can't see your comments. I don't want to cry on my glasses, but without them I can't see. Okay, so let's test it, alright? Is it tear-proof? Is it? See? Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. No flakes, yo. We've tear-tested the mascara, and it has passed. Ah. I don't. This one that I'm crying in is Double Extend by L'Oreal. You put the white one on first, and then this one. The tubes each come off. It's a 2-stager. Thanks. And then this one I tried yesterday, Catherine. These came from Tanya, and this was outstanding too. Totally amazing. Because I did work up a good sweat yesterday, and I forgot I rubbed my eyes a lot because of the allergies, and it didn't flake or anything. I love it. I love it. Oh, it does suck. It does. Death just sucks. For our physical selves, it's just hard. Me either. I'd never heard of it either. It's freaking fantabulous. Look on Amazon. It's pretty, I will pay for mascara because I don't use much of anything else. But the price was pretty decent on Amazon. Oh, and Catherine and I also ordered a thing of Too Faced to try. So anyway, death blows. We don't like it. It's difficult. Oh God, it's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard. Some things we have to prioritize and pay for, right? Mascara is one of them. Cute glasses are another. Because this was, whatever. Oh, alrighty then. Okay. So, what actually happens is the best that can happen whether we understand it or not. Okay? Reality doesn't require that we understand it. It happens. Oh. Yes, I sure will. We start our Tao days with this translation by Ursula Le Guin. And then we go to Stephen Mitchell's Tao Te Ching translation. And then we go to Byron Katie's book, which follows along with this book. And this is 1,000 Names for Joy. 1,000 Names for Joy. Byron Katie. These two are companion books. Each chapter follows together. Stephen Mitchell and Byron Katie are married. So I think he wrote his translation first, and then they wrote this book to follow it. Alrighty. This is where we get in trouble fighting against reality. Oh, good. Yeah. But they still struggle. She talks at different points about she wants him to do things he doesn't want to do. She works with her stories about it and figures out that that's the best thing that would happen. When we argue with reality, when we try to tell a story about what should or shouldn't have happened, that's when we really hurt. It shouldn't have. It should have. They shouldn't have died. They shouldn't have stolen my stuff. Whatever. That's when we hurt. That's when we suffer. It's normal to go there because we're human and we're practicing all the time. But don't stay there. go there, feel your pain, express your grief. As I, demonstrate how not to express your grief. It is, I like to express the depth of my grief in privacy. I love you guys, but come on, that's like being naked. That's too uncomfortable. I know my limits. But whether in privacy or with others, express the depth of your grief so that you can move back into that place where you understand it's the way of it. Otherwise, you stay stuck too long in the pain, and then the pain can become an identity. Me too, Roseanne. I'm never entirely comfortable with it, but I do cry. I'm a crier sometimes too. More so as I get older, I think, because it's too exhausting to try not to cry. Reality is always kinder than the story we tell ourselves about it. Yeah, it comes and goes. Yes, definitely, as much as possible every time. If I were to tell the story of reality, it would have to be a love story. The story would be told as life lives itself out, always kinder and kinder, with twists and turns that cannot be projected into the distance. Me too, Petty. I still struggle with it. I don't hate it. I used to hate it. Now I'm just mildly uncomfortable with it. So it gets better when you work with it. For example, if my daughter dies, well, here we go. Damn it, Byron. Damn you, BK. If my daughter dies, I realize there is no self to be affected. It's not about me. It's her life, my child's life, and I celebrate her freedom because I know the freedom of unidentified mind. Yeah, and so when you work on the story about what it means to be weak, crying won't make you so uncomfortable. If you're at peace with what our culture calls weak, you can be at peace when you cry. Clearly, I'm not 100% there yet. The unceasing, bodiless mind that is finally awake to itself. The mind that never existed as a her, and the her that can never die. It is only if you have a story about it being weak. It's not. That's the truth of it. The truth of it is crying is not weak. It actually takes a courage to cry. But if you have a story that it's weak, then it complicates things. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. Okay, so she's talking about the understanding that you can never be separated. Yeah. The understand, and thank you for bringing that up, because then for people who are trying to grasp the concepts, our discussions help clarify things for people who are listening and watching the replay and stuff. She understands that we are never separated, and that's just the beginning. It gets even kinder. I get to see why my child's children grow into, because she was not there to teach them differently. Whenever I lose something, I've been spared. Every loss has to be a gain, unless the loss is being judged by a confused mind. I come to see what fills that space in my life because she isn't there. And because she lives in my heart... Shit. You know I have to go to Lowe's after this. And the post office. Allergies. Yes. Where's my allergy medicine? Damn it. I can't even see your comments. Lowe's and the post office. Need some more tea. Well, we're giving the mascara a good run for our money. Still nothing. Okay. Well. Okay, so we get it, right? Yes, we're doing research. Okay, here's how we can twist this. My intention this morning was to test drive all these mascaras. So therefore, I had to create a situation where I bawled. That's fucked up. But it is true. It's not bleeding. It's not flaking. It's totally awesome. I think we get the point here, right? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Everything dies. And Byron Katie's totally fine with it. And we're not. Good. Yada, death. It's profound and sweet and bittersweet and, yada, yada, yada. Okay, done. Moving on. You can have them. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, basically she goes on about this topic for like 2 more paragraphs, which I can't get through. Or let's say I'm choosing not to get through. Right. Be candor, damn, blah, blah, blah. Well, I hope that changes for you, that you open. What has to happen to reach a point to be okay with it? To totally, first of all, time. And to totally dissect the stories that it's wrong, that the person died, that it's bad, that it shouldn't. We really get stuck on the shouldn't. And we tend to focus on the bad things that come of it, rather than what she's saying is to recognize that just as much good can come of someone's death as bad, if we allow it, if we can take our stories down enough to see it. This is not the case for children, and I can't speak to these things in generalities, because I just don't freaking know. I don't know. But had my dad continued to live in the state that he was in, he could have conceivably, this is what I've come to in my own, exploration of this subject, he could have caused a lot more damage had he continued on the path he was on. So, if I want to think about all the potentials in the universe, a person who's out of control and moving through their life can create an enormous amount of damage, collateral damage to themselves, further damage to their family. He could have killed someone driving in the truck. Driving a truck is a dangerous occupation. Give trucks room. Do not crowd up on a semi. If that driver has to hit the brakes, you're going to lose and that truck is going to win. But people drive like maniacs around dump trucks and regular trucks. He was driving under the influence. He could have killed somebody. Of all the potential things, he could have continued on and overcome his issues and created some kind of masterpiece and cured cancer. I don't know. The fact is that they're gone. And that's what we're left with. See? Eunice was just here for a while. And then came twins. She could be one of those twins. Who knows? But that's a story. That's okay. So Byron Katie, and just playing devil's advocate, because I totally hear you and I'm there and I get it. Yes. But she would say you can't know that that's true. I think that too, Cynthia. We wonder if, the twins are people we know. Yeah, we can't know what's right for the other person. We can't know that what she was experiencing, first of all, we're not in the other person, so we only know our perception of their experience. So you have to back that up and recognize that your experience of pain is not always their experience of pain. some people experience pain and dying with maybe they're paying penance. Maybe they feel like they need the struggle. Who knows? Trust in the universe. We don't know. We can only know our limited human understanding. We have no idea about the big picture. We just don't. Right. Yeah. BK or not. Focus on the gain of the two nieces. Yeah. So sometimes we get stuck too long in looking at what we've lost, which prevents us from turning around and seeing what's coming toward us. I don't think that things happen for a reason. I don't think that it's prescripted that so-and-so has to die so that something else can happen. I think someone dies and then something else happens. It's just life in the process of life. And how we work with it dictates our experience. Life happens. People die. And how we choose to respond to it chooses our future path. Okay, if we respond to it and we get stuck, things that we could have done in our life, those doors may close. If we work through it as best we can, we work through it and we keep our eyes open and doors remain open for pathways for us to take. Is this making sense to you? It's all of it. I can't say that enough. It's all of it. It's our anger. It's about it. It's our what ifing. What if? We can't, Susan, that's the key. We can't know that bad events are really bad in the long run. And if we avoid the grieving, some of your family are still depressed. Yes, if you don't move through it, if you continue to fight and argue with the reality of that someone's gone, then you just stay stuck. And it's your choice. There's no shame in that. We move as far as we can move. Yeah, mine too. Definitely those are life-changing events. But it's all of it. Please find acceptance for all of it. We all have something we thought bad at the time, but now can see as good. Yeah. Because we just don't know. And we have to be comfortable with not knowing. We have to find some comfort that life is very uncertain and still be able to live. Yes, your way. Yep. So there's acceptance for all of it. There's acceptance for our arguing against reality. There's acceptance for our hate of the process of death. There's acceptance for tears as much as we can. There's acceptance for the big picture view that it's all okay. And there's acceptance for the human part that says this really fucking blows. It's all of it. It's soup. So I'll give you a visual and then I need to go. Yeah, see, it's hard. Yes, so there's a little slice of comfort. And we can't know if her suffering brought her a gift. We can't know what happened with that. Yes, we are. So let me give you a little visual that you can work with this on. Because I'll probably do it for myself later, so I'll share it with you so you can use it as a tool if you like. Let me find a piece of paper. And then I have to go to Lowe's and the freaking post office. Yeah. So just take a piece of paper or your journal. Anything that you can write on. A dry erase board, a chalkboard, whatever. Just take a piece of paper and write the topic that's bothering you in the middle. This is called mind mapping, and I use it a lot. So the big picture topic that's a struggle is death. Death in general, or a certain person's death. I can't believe we're having this conversation this early in the morning. But the main struggle, death in general, if you're doing this for yourself, or death of a specific person. So if it's a specific person, you would write death of fill in the blank. And then off that, you would write every possible thing that you can think of that's related to death, good and bad. We want to get away from good and bad, but so it's helpful to do it this way. So give me some words about death. What's bad about death? What's bad about it? Throw something out there. Let's do this together real quick. What's the crappy part? Yes. Loss, anxiety, loneliness. Yes, Susan. Anxiety, loneliness. Yeah, you can do this for anything. Missing, the separation, the emptiness. The emptiness came up several times. Yeah, the emptiness. God, it's just terrible. The sad and the hurt. Hurt, pain, love, suffering. Suffering. What else about death? The loss of, I'm going to say the loss of X. The hugs, the conversations, the visits, the laughs. So what's the good? What can we find good in death? Missing. Yeah, I think we have that one. Missing. Longing. Yearning. So what can we find positive in the death? Remember, she's in a better place. Appreciation of life. Growth. We can grow. We have great memories. Thank God we have the ability to remember. Well, it's a blessing and a curse. The end of suffering. So we have suffering and also the end of suffering. Service to others we can use it for. Gratitude. It helps us prioritize our life when someone dies. We often reset our own priorities. Reset our priorities. Appreciate. It's all of it. You can't separate it. A new perspective. Yeah. New perspectives. New perspectives. It's all of it. There can't be good and bad because it's all of it. And where we land on the wheel is what we experience at the time. Okay? And we get to choose. We're going to visit all these different areas in the process of dealing with death of this person or death as a concept. Okay? So you can't separate your mind into this is good and this is bad because it's everything. If you can get to where you can hold this, it was bad and it was good. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It's all of it. It can't be split apart. When you try to split it apart, you split apart your mind. And then that split apart mind shows up outside in your world. Do you see how it plays out? There has to be acceptance for everything, and you're going to experience all these things. Some days you're going to be in the loss. Some days you're going to be in the appreciation. Or as Erin said, she recently lost her brother-in-law. She's going to go through these things maybe hour by hour, maybe minute by minute. 1 second you're in the appreciation and the gratitude. The next second you're in the longing and the yearning. Yes, it's the whole thing. It's the whole enchilada. It's everything. You can't separate it. And you can do this with fear, money, relationships, love, a particular person, a particular situation. Fear is good and bad. Fear serves a purpose. Fear stops you until you're ready to move. Fear can save your life. There's a difference between fear and excitement, and sometimes that's hard to figure out. There's a difference between fear, primal fear, and anxiety, which is driven by a story, and that can be hard to figure out, and a mind map can help you do that. So there can't be judgment. Yes. Yep. Addictions are major stories. Massive stories. And biology. But massive stories, too. And blocked creativity and all kinds of stuff. So, does that help you? You can do this with anything. Anything. This is the things that I have to do with. So, Betty, are you still here? This is what I had to do with the concept of being weak. Because I had so many stories about what that word meant. Okay, so I did a mind map more than once on what could possibly be good and bad about weak. You can do this on yourself. You can put yourself in the middle, and you can write down all the things that you're ashamed of and all the things you don't like about yourself. Yeah, we say that a lot. I do wish we lived closer together. But it wouldn't matter because I'm such an introvert. I don't hardly go anywhere anyway. So it's still probably just see you on Periscope. Put yourself in the middle. Write down all the things you don't like about yourself. Write down all the things that you love about yourself. Mix them all together. Erin and I used to live next to each other, and I never saw her. I might have seen you more. Yeah, I don't go anywhere. I like being at home. Yes, every day. Okay, so try this with you. Mix in the things that you are ashamed of. Mix in the things you love about yourself. Mix them all together. Like, don't do, that'd be awesome. Don't do if you're ever in Atlanta, let me know. Or Chattanooga. I'm pretty close to both of those. Be careful when you're doing this not to put all the good on one side and all the bad on the other side, because that's no different than making a pro and con list. And the point is to mix them up. I don't have one. But you can stay on the deck. Yes. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/L Michelle Wolf. No one's ever in Chattanooga. Right. People come to Atlanta a lot, and I'm perfectly willing to drive down to Atlanta and see you, or to tell you where I'm at. You're in Dallas. That's not that far. The spare cabin still smells like a dead rat. You don't want to stay in there. But you can put a tent up, too. Okay? Mix them all together, the goods, the bads, so that you can stop labeling good and bad. Roseanne, you just let me know. There's tent spaces, there's deck spaces. You can open the doors of the cabin and then it doesn't smell. Alright, you guys, I gotta go. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, don't be sorry. There's not much there. Oh, no, yeah. It actually smells like mildew. Absolutely. So, facebook.com/L Michelle Wolf. My website is caddyshackdesigns.com. Here at the end of things. You can find tabs across the top of everything that I do and all my services. And again, with the, blah. You're welcome. You're welcome. It must be a week for grief. Thank you. Thank you for the blessings and right back at you. Lovely emojis. Love you guys. Thanks for helping me test out my mascara. Thank you, Tanya, for sending it. Have a great day.